Hello, Colin here, Cole here as I prefer, and there's Cooper. Hey, it's been, over 4 weeks now since I've done a video. I've done a little bit here and there. Unfortunately, I had a good friend from the 90s, one of my best friends from the early days when I first got to Australia, pass away. So that's 3 funerals this year. And found out his brother died 5 years ago at the funeral, so that was rough. My arm was a bit shot still, and I aggravated my tennis elbow and couldn't do much. So I've been doing a little bit here and there. I've been a bit down in the dumps. Weather hasn't been great, typical Adelaide spring weather. Quite a bit of rain, so I'm doing stuff where I can't get stuff wet. So anyway, here's the update. So I'm doing a bit of a clean up at the moment because my housemate is getting concrete in this big monster shed that he's built. Get a bit closer. So yeah, it's a big ass shed. So it's going to be his workshop for his woodworking table business. Who knows what else? So yeah, bit of competition here for space in the carport. Unfortunately, I'm losing. So I'm doing a bit of a clean up because he needs to get cement truck up here tomorrow, so I need to move the WRX and I need to move the caravan, and here comes my housemate now on his motorbike. That's KTM. So anyway, this is what I'm up to. I've cut the tow bar off. Big heavy thing. It weighed about 40 kilos in the end, so that's a bonus. We'll get to here first. Had to remove this panel and the lower panel to get to this section. Had to remove all that door that was there to get to this rotten bad section, which is, to my head in. I replaced this rail, which was here, with rotten. You can see it's hollow there, and then it comes wood. It was all full of wood. It was rotten. It was on the edge here, so I replaced it with some 20mm tubing. Only thing with that is this is a channel, and the piece comes along here and it joins in there and it joins it to hold it together. So I've got to get channel for here and redesign that. But on the inside, I have started with the wire brush on the grinder and stuff. I had bought myself a corded Makita grinder because the Ryobi one battery didn't last very long. It was a bit gutless, but it's come up good. I sprayed a bit of rust converter on it. I'll just show you around here. So I put new bolts on, of course. I left a little gap because that's where your wall panel goes up. So there's a before. I haven't unscrewed that, so that's why I haven't taken this back. But there's some before, and here's some after. Lovely. So that's all got to be done and then primed and then painted with this anti-rust paint. So we're getting there. Unfortunately, I really should have been knuckling down on this, but I had to undo the J rail, which covers this section here. The sun's very bright, and so I could peel this away and then pull this out. And then I found along this front edge there was a metal strip at some stage, and it had rusted and kind of corroded into the frame, which is a bummer. But all this has been cleaned up to pretty much bare metal, and again sprayed and wiped over with an anti-rust, like a rust conversion. Just better safe than sorry. Still got more to do, but so we had to kind of pull this out, which and on the front here you would have noticed, hey, where's that grey vinyl gone? Well, grey vinyl was on top of this plastic stuff. It's a bit of a stone guard, obviously, because this is only 0.7mm aluminium. Driving along, stones coming off your car, bang, put a hole through it. But it was like a wet nappy, and it was all wet underneath here, under here. So I've come to here, that's my door frame is, and unfortunately it's just been all fucking French and rotten. So I come to the door, all the footrest, step, it's all rotten. But unfortunately, see that gap there? See my finger coming through? That's supposed to be wood, and if you look, oh look, it's raining, fluffy, rotten wood, and it goes all the way around here, and that's supposed to be a wooden frame. So, and so finding out the hard way, being someone that's never done this before, I've put some kind of diagonal supports in just to try and hold it a bit more square, because when I took the rail off there, as you can, the side sank down a bit from the weight. So I'm like, all right, lesson learnt, major supports, and plus I have to move this onto the road tomorrow, like today, and I don't want it to collapse on me, so I've got to pull this together. This has always had a tiny little gap, but I'll clamp this together, just hold it a bit more, keep these in, and I'll just carefully. I've had to cut the brake cable, bolt, because it was getting in the way of everything, and yeah. But basically I was going to use this 20mm aluminium tubing, 1.6mm thickness, as all my rails, and rebuild all this, but it's all kind of glued to here and it's a major thing, so I'm going to use this for the bottom rails for a bit of strength, and I'm going to go checker plate like everyone else is doing. 1.6mm checker plate on the front here. Ideally I should take this front panel off or cut it and put it in, but I'm going to go over it. But to do this side, because I'm going to go, lots of people are only going up to about here, but I'm going to go up to the corner, up to this yellow line, because that's a third of a piece that's been put in, colour extra. Oh, it's just what a pain. But I have to take the whole door out. Yes, I have to take the whole door out, which there's some little screws here and there. I'm hoping to get this panel off, but it's coming along. I'm going to take these bolts off. This bolt here, you can't even get to the nut. Oh jeez. Anyways, that's where I'm at. That's Cooper Duper. So we're getting there. So this section has all been cleaned up and primed and painted with a metal paint. I've replaced the rusty nuts. Oops, you can focus. With some nylock nuts, and the little original kind of one. Still got the space for the panels to go in, so I can tighten them up later, because I had to cut a couple off because they were rusted. There's me panel. I was on the side, which I'm using going to use as a template for here for the checker plate. So yeah, I'm going to take the checker plate up to here. So it's quite a big piece, but I'm doing that because of that stupid door, and the pieces are just, I'm going to try and reassemble it. I've still got the metal frame, put it all together, but it's going to be sturdier and easier and less of filling up with so much silicone, because you've got a flat surface. And yeah, yes. So yeah, I've done a bit of sanding on it. That was from 1200, and it came up pretty good, but ideally about some 600. We'll get this paint off. Housemate gave me a bit of a hand yesterday with some stuff and put some paint stripper on it, a scrap piece. He reckons that's the way to go, but paint stripper's not cheap. So that's kind of where I'm at. Not as far as I want to be, but it is what it is, hey? But now the weather's nicer, and yeah, I'm less injured. Still having a bit of trouble with my arm, but less injured. We'll get this bad boy, girl, car thing on its way. I've decided to keep these bits of metal, but they have this big bar on it. I'll even them up, and I'm thinking of putting an aluminium kind of like bull bar on the back. I know you can put a little bike rack on or something. You know, just for this. It'd be handy to have a push bike, bit of a BMX. You're going camping and just want to go to some place and don't feel like walking. 6-to-1 ratio. Easy. Anyway, that's me. That's Cole. That's the caravan progress. Not much. Some getting there. Yeah. Been sussing out things with, you know, the floors and prices for that and weights and how to do it. And of course, being my first caravan ever, and then having to repair it, finding out how they're built, and really, I wish I had a big garage workshop thing, because it's all, you work from inside out, outside in. Oh geez. So I'm getting there, and baby steps, I guess. I need to make big steps, but that's the way it is. All right, take care. Good luck with caravan repairs and traveling, whoever you are. Love you. Bye.